Good evening, everyone, and the subject of today's video is my Edge CTS2 gauges. I just wanted to give you a little run through about these gauges because you see them in my videos all the time, but I've never really talked about them. I love these gauges. I've had them for about 2 years. I thought they were a little overpriced, but now that I've had them for a while, I think it was worth it. You get a lot of information that you can't get down here. And so some examples of mine are up in the upper left. There is engine coolant temp. Got RPM at the top, middle. Same with rail pressure. Rail pressure, it's a good one to have. I've never really had to watch rail pressure. I've never had any issues, but if there was issues with like a fuel control actuator or something like that, that rail pressure reading can really help you out. Trans temp there on the right. This will read a little high in the CTS because it doesn't use a pan probe. It just uses another one in one of the hottest parts of the transmission. And then bottom center there, boost PSI for your turbo. See what boost you're running. This is really important. This is like it's almost like an EGT, you know, because if you watch your boost PSIs, you can help boost your fuel economy, things like that, by keeping it under control. Bottom left, you got intake temps, and bottom right, you got fuel level, which I love that fuel level because it gives you the actual percentage. You know, down here, you can see, okay, it lines up pretty close, but you'll actually see this number drop fast after you fill up, whereas it'll stay on full for a little long here. And then this will be showing close to E. You come up here and you got like a quarter tank left in actuality. The low fuel light comes on at about 14%. So there's an alternative gauge setup that you just hit this left arrow in the corner. It's really hard to see. And there you go. This gives you a little bit more views. The new ones on here, you got battery temperature. Oh, that's runtime there. Battery voltage, the real voltage with the actual number is better than the analog gauge here. Trip odometer, which does work, and then those are the same from the other. So that takes you right back there. Then you've got some other things in here. You got that MPG coach. I've never used it, but you can use it. Diagnostics. That's to read your trouble codes, and it actually will tell you. And this one, I ran this earlier just to kind of prepare. It gave me this fan cooling. This could be actual fan clutch issue, but my engine just never gets hot. So, you know, it's hard. A lot of times, you know, fan clutch could be out, and I don't even know it. I'll have to take a closer look at that, but that's interesting. So you get the codes, and it explains what the code means. Whereas if you do the key thing down here and get the codes, it doesn't tell you what you mean. You got to look it up. So that's pretty helpful to have this. And this let me know one time, I actually thought I had a transmission or something go, but it was really just a fuel pump. So this thing told me it was a fuel pump, not transmission. You didn't blow transmission and shut down. You know, your fuel pump died and you shut down. You know, I thought it was a transmission because I was really hauling up that hill. So that was interesting. I'm surprised. I don't know what's up with the boost PSI. Let me show you a shot of it in action before I end the video. So here we're going to do a little harder acceleration. And you'll see the boost PSI. I've got a little alarm that you can set. I have it set at 12 PSI. And you'll see it flash red. inside, you can change the setting. I got it set for the trans at 200 some degrees too. It'll flash red. It can also make a noise.